Hi River, this is Pierce from Roof Marketing Pros. I shot this very quick video for you to give you a brief overview into your digital footprint online. In this video, you're going to see me having a look at your website and giving you a brief audit and a quick appraisal. We're going to look at your GMB. I'm going to give you some hints and tips on what you can do to improve your ranking and to have more customers coming in through your website. And ultimately then we'll look at a few bits of software that you can look at so you can visualize things and you can see in real time how you're doing online. In this day and age, especially with COVID and everything, most shoppers have gone online. There's no secret. In fact, statistically in the United States, 91% of people now shop online for both physical products and in your case for services for roofing. So that being said, um, we're going to start right here at your website. Some of the things that I like to look for, one really positive thing that you have, which a lot of people don't have, is this little lock up here in the corner. This indicates to me that you have what's called an SSL, and that's a security license. That means that your website is secure and safe from hackers. And believe it or not, this is a really big ranking factor for Google. Google are guilty of considering themselves to be the primary source of information in the world. So because of that, when somebody comes to search for something, or as we now know it, Google something, they want to give and put forward who they think is the authority or the most expert in that said field. So in your case for roofing, what Google wants to do is they want to go through your website, and there are certain indicators, and there are lots and lots of indicators, but there's some things that you can do straight away in order to boost your ranking. Some of the other things are a little bit more technical, but I'll go through them as we go along. So starting here on your website, the first thing that I notice is that we have no call to action. What I mean by a call to action, I mean your phone number, something that's going to engage a customer and to instigate something for them to get in touch with you. At the end of the day, we need our websites to have client conversion. So we need people coming through, traffic coming through our website, but primarily we need that traffic to convert into leads or customers or potential clients. So what I would like to see on your site is, we've got quite a lot of white space here. Let's get a phone number on there, a clickable phone number, so people who are on a mobile device or people on their desktop can jot the number down. But something that makes it very, very easy for people to know how to get in touch with you. Um, we've become lazy as time has gone on. So when things are difficult to find, we tend to move on to the next thing. It's no different searching for things online for the search engines. Some of the other things I'd like to see is a contact form right up here at the top. Again, it's another call to action. Whenever we have to kind of scroll to the bottom of the page to find yours down here, sometimes we lose people when people come on and they can't see what they want. So your number is down here as well, and it is clickable. But whenever we have to create a barrier to entry for ourselves, in this case, scrolling down through your website, we tend to lose people. It's human nature, and it's an unfortunate thing, but it is a real thing. Um, Another thing that I noticed on your website is that it lacks in content. And what I mean by that, content is effectively the written words on your page. As I said before, Google likes websites that they deem to be the authority, they deem to be expert, and the primary way for them to find that is by the content that's offered. So what I would like to see is, what we offer. I'd like to go into a little bit more detail on that. Exactly what type of roofs we offer, the types of shingles. Are we going for an asphalt roof? Do we do metal roofs? Is it all residential roofing? Do we offer commercial roofing? And that type of thing. We have a lot of roofers that work with solar guys. Is solar an option? Do you partner with a solar company? Maybe you don't. Um, but again, whenever people come to look for that, we would like sort of subsections outlining exactly what we do. I know you have a services page, but it's really important. I've kind of done a quick count on your homepage here, and there's around 500 words. I tend to, with our websites, aim for 1,500 words as the kind of starting point, and that's kind of a good equilibrium to find space to get in, to get those keywords in. A keyword is a searchable term on Google. So when you put anything into the Google search bar, that tends to be what we know in this industry as a keyword. So for you, that would be roofer, roofing company, and then the specific ones like roofer in Raleigh or roofers Raleigh, roofer in Durham, all that type of thing. So we like keyword rich content, but you can't put too many keywords in here. You've got to strike that really fine balance. I'm going to get to a little later as to why the keywords are so important, and that's how websites are ranked based on a keyword. Google trawls through your website, they send their bots through, they pick out the keywords, they look at all the other ranking factors, and then they come back with what they deem to be the most authoritative website. Um, so I'm not sure, did someone build this website for you or did you build it yourself? Um, it doesn't look too bad. There are some things that I would like to change. If I were you, I've outlined some of them before. Also with your photographs and stuff up here, what we would do is we would name these keywords. It's basically another way of fitting keywords into the back end of your website. So these are really neat little tricks that we do in order to boost your ranking. Um, so why do we want to boost our ranking? Well, if we look here, this is one of our search terms. This is a keyword, roofers rally. So we can see from this little bit of software that I have that now again, these aren't accurate to the number one, but they're fairly accurate. There are around 720 searches for this search term alone every single month. So that is people actively looking for your service that you provide every single month, and that's only for one search term. If you imagine how many people that adds up to when you add in here roofing company rally, roof replacement rally, roof repair rally, roof replacement Durham, roof replacement Chapel Hill, all as we go on down and we go on down. That's why people pay for ads. Ads appear here at the top. I run ads for clients. We do very well with them. But in my opinion, your money is best spent and your effort is best spent into what's known as the organic rankings. So that works with both your Google My Business, which is super important. I'm going to get onto that now, and then into the actual organic rankings at the top of Google. So these are great. They work, quite quick. If you need quick leads or you need quick clients, this is certainly a way to do it. Again, you've got to be really careful because you can end up spending a lot of money here if you don't know what you're doing. That's why it's quite important that you have somebody on your side who is a Google ad expert. So if that is ever something that you needed to talk about, please let me know. But as I say, I'm here to inform you more about how you can turn your own website. You can create a client conversion machine with your own digital asset that you will always have. The downside of this is once you stop your ad spend, obviously it goes away and you don't have anything to show for it kind of going forward. You put your efforts into your actual website and your actual Google My Business, they'll be there for the long time. Your longevity will keep going, and as long as you maintain that, it'll always stay nice and fresh and always in the eyes of all these people. So on down here, this is the Google My Business platform, works off Google Maps. This basically comes from your geographical search engine, so your search area. So wherever you're positioned, what you search for, it'll be different for each position you're in. So all around the kind of Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill area, depending on exactly where you are, you'll get a different search term. Now there is a way to optimize this so that you appear in the top three, which is what's known as the map pack, right here in all of those. I'm going to show you yours in a minute. In fact, I'll show you now. This is yours. So as I see here, you've got 6 reviews and they're all 5-star. That's fantastic. But I'd like to get a few more than that. We come down, you've got all your information filled out. That's great. Google really likes that. But again, now we're down. You don't have all that many photos. Uh, you don't post too much. In fact, you've only posted twice on this. One way to kind of keep your Google My Business really fresh is weekly posts, at least weekly posts. It gets keywords in there, it builds authority, it builds credence with Google, and it's a term, it's a tool that we use in order to really start to promote you. It's something that you can do, and we do things technical side, with backlinks and that type of thing, but something that you can do in order to kind of give yourself a boost early on is to post often, and post with about keywords and about the areas that you work in. Google picks up on all these different terms and all these different words, and that will give you credence and will give you a boost to your rankings. So when we come down here, this is your reviews. Another way for you to kind of get on the good side of Google is to reply to your reviews. We don't just reply to them with any old words. If you make a lot of people just kind of take the lazy approach and they just say, "Oh, thanks for your review." What we want to see is, be specific about what you've done. Talk about the keywords, i.e., the things that you actually performed for this customer, and talk about where they were. Again, the service area or more keywords, and the actual service that you performed is keywords again. So it's all about keyword rich content. You're always plugging that back and rebooting that back into Google to help to boost your rankings. So I can see here that you haven't replied to the reviews. I'd like to see you do that. That's something that going forward you can implement as well. Coming down here, you're on Home Advisor, so you have some reviews on Home Advisor too. Uh, Giving you the kind of insight to this, doing this for your website will help to remove you having to use Home Advisor. I know Home Advisor share their leads, so they sell you leads, they share them. It drives the price of the roof down, or drives the price of the service down, and you end up kind of picking the bare bones because you're fighting off 50 or 60 other competitors trying to get the business from that person. Creating a lead generating machine that you own yourself means that you're getting premium leads, you're getting potential customers that have come out of their way, they see you ranked at the top of the search engines, and therefore you're able to charge more money, you're able to make more money. And that's where we are in this day and age. That's where we want to be. So coming back over to here, this is again, so just to give you an insight for the Google My Business here, these three guys that occupy this map pack will account for 70% of the clicks. 70% of the clicks. You can imagine the amount of traffic coming through. Ranking in the top three of what's known as the organic rankings, this will account for 70 to 80% of clicks for people that want information from your website. As you kind of go down, that starts to dwindle a little bit. And when you get to the very bottom here, 90% of people will not visit page 2. So if you're on page 2 or below, you're losing 90% of searchers. This heat map is going to give you an idea of where you rank. So these numbers correspond to where you rank for your Google My Business. So this is you here, Guardian Roofing of North Carolina. And this is for the keyword roofers. So it's quite a high search term. So basically, if I'm in any of these single positions, you rank 20th or below. Okay? What will happen is, as you tend to move up the rankings, these will start to go different colors. So if you're in the kind of mid 10s, 8, 9s, 10s, that type of thing will be yellow. But what we really want to see is this turn green. When this turns green, that means you're ranking in the top 3. And again, that's when you get 70 to 80% of clicks. And to give you an idea, I just want to very quickly show you here. This is a customer that we've been working with in Pittsburgh. This will give you an idea of what you would want this to look like. So again, in Pittsburgh, a little bit of work to do in certain areas, but this is what we want it to look like. Okay. This is when you'll start to generate. Our customer, this client's GMB looked very similar to this before, but it's very similar to your own. It was all 20s before we started, and within a few months of really hard work and a few tricks that we have up our sleeve, they've trebled the calls that they get, and it's going up and up and up and up every single month. So this gives you a back look into the back end of your website. Here's the keywords that I'm talking about. So you only rank for one keyword. Because you only rank for one keyword, you have no organic traffic coming through your site, 0, and your traffic value then is obviously 0. One of the big factors is backlinks. Backlinks are basically a check mark from Google in your favor. A backlink is a link from another site to yours, and Google basically looks at that. All sites, so not all backlinks are created equally. Every site is given what's called a domain rating. You don't have one based on basically your metrics here. But the higher the domain rating, if you get a backlink from that site, it basically means that that site has gone out of their way to create a link to yours because they deem you to be authoritative and they deem you to be the expert. And this is how you get ahead of your competitors. And at the end of the day, we're all in business to get ahead of our competitors. So you've only got 5 backlinks, and that only comes from one referring domain. I'd like to see this drastically improved. We would implement a backlinking strategy in order to get that link juice flowing to your website to really boost things up. When I click on the keywords here, the only keyword that you rank for is Guardian Roofing. So that's your actual brand. So that's your company and your brand. but you only rank in 70th position for your own brand. So I would like to, I mean, that should be number one. This should be populated, and that's in Canada. This should be populated with all the sorts of keywords: roof replacement, roof repair, um, all those types of things that fall under Durham and Raleigh and whatnot. So look, I'd love to have a little bit more chat about your business. I hope this has been a brief insight and it's given you a few pointers. I look forward to hearing back from you, and we can chat a bit more about it in the future. Have a great day. Thank you.